Alright, first day back at the Whitewater Center for 2025. I had the day off work. We pulled Connor out of school for the day. It was actually the first day he'd missed all year. Just wanted to really get him out there. He hadn't been paddling in about 3 months. So just really wanted to get him some seat time before all of our paddling this summer. So made it out to the Whitewater Center. Just as we left, Connor got in touch with Isaac, and Isaac was wanting to go, so we swung through Asheboro, picked him up too, and just made a day of it. I was just getting going here. I was actually meeting someone to sell a boat, and I had about 30 minutes before I needed to meet them, so I decided to get in a couple laps before then. So these are those. Also on this day, I knew Connor would probably be on me to get my PFD, or personal first ascent, on the competition channel, or comp channel as they call it. It's one I've been putting off for a while. Just really hadn't felt the need to go over there. There's just so much I could still work on this side. But I promised him almost a year and a half ago I would do that, and I hadn't done it yet, so I knew he would be on me for that. So I just want to get a couple laps in, get the kinks worked out. I'd actually paddled the night before, but that had been the first time on a river in about a month. So just wanted to get here, get used to the vibe of the Whitewater Center again. The eddies are, some of them are eddies, some of them are not. Mostly whirlpools. So we come through Sunset here. Hit Last Chance Eddy up here, and like I said, just getting comfortable with the park. I felt really good actually on these first couple of laps. Just feel comfortable in this boat. Love the Brap. Had a different one, had an orange one, but been paddling one for about, almost 2 years now. I believe it's been that long anyway. Really just enjoy the dynamics of it, how it turns and pivots, and just really enjoy it. So anyway, see me coming through the back side here to M-Wave. I usually hit that left side of it. See me kind of being sloppy here, but 4 years ago that would have been a flip. My bed's the wrong way, and downstream I'm supposed to. But anyway, come through the back side here. I actually think I see, but kind of down there surfing what's left of biscuits and gravy. I got some beta earlier in the week that the pond at the bottom was kind of full, and it was kind of backing up biscuit and gravy. So there's normally a really sweet curler here. It's one of my favorite rapids, into a pretty nice little hole or wave there, but it's really kind of non-existent. Connor was surfing what was left of it. You see us come off here, just kind of getting ready for another lap. It's always good to get a few rolls in there in that bottom pond.
So we have to make a day of it when we do it.
Yeah, meet somebody there. We're talking to them. Kind of turn the corner here, and of all the things I love about the Whitewater Center, the thing that's always seems to be a nemesis are the rafts. But hey, that's what pays the bills for the Whitewater Center anyway. And I'm glad other folks can get out and enjoy the water and experience whitewater in this way too. But when you're trying to paddle, trying to get some rhythm, it can be a bit of an obstacle. Probably earlier in my paddling career, it wasn't just an obstacle; it was a hazard. Getting swept under one of those things, or getting hit by one of those things mid-rapid will send you rolling over pretty quickly. But once you get experienced and eddy and delay your progress and play in some waves and get confident in your roll, all those things, and it's not that big a deal other than just slowing you up a bit. So anyway, at least that's what you see me doing here, just bleeding off some speed, killing some time and some eddies. You see that's what Connor's doing too. It was a really nice day. I think it got up to mid-80s, but it didn't really feel that warm. Water's still plenty cool this time of year, mid-May, and it was overcast most of the day. So it was just really nice weather for it, really. See Connor kind of, not really leading me down this channel, but see him kind of leading the way there. Pops that valley or sunset. I've gotten better about doing it myself. Really started to figure out more the dynamics of it. I'm not a playboater, but I have gotten a playboat out on flat water a few times and figured out that other axis a little bit. It's really helped me with some of my other paddling. Again, you see me line up for this left line here. Really, the only time I get in trouble on M-Wave is if I hit it right in the middle, or I get too far left and end up in that whirlpool to the left. You know, even as you become an experienced paddler, one thing I didn't do here was I really didn't look downstream very far before I pulled out of the eddy. You see, I almost ended up in bad shape here, heading right for that raft. They were getting ready to go right into shutdown, pivoted out of the way, but I think, like I mentioned earlier in my paddling career, that might have been not quite as a pretty scene there. Again, really miss not having biscuit and gravy at the end. So last fun rapid. Alright, now head back up to the upper pond. I think it's time for me to meet the gentleman I was supposed to meet to sell that boat. I actually picked up a Rockstar 4 from one of my friends, and just didn't need my Liquid Logic free ride anymore, so sold that to someone online, met them here, and had to peel away to do that. It's always fun to meet folks. You know, I mentioned I sold that boat, but in the process I met someone else, met Dave, who was picking the boat up for the person who purchased it, and you know, we actually ended up doing a lap here together. You see here just below, gosh, I can't remember the name of the rapid, Dave's Dilemma maybe. It's that first rapid on the right on the rodeo channel. Yeah, so we kind of pair up, and he goes down with me. This is really the last lap I did before my competition channel run, and you probably even notice I paddle a little more tense, and that's Dave right there in that green wrap. But we hang out here and talk for a few minutes. He could sense that I had a little bit of nerves, and at one point on this lap he mentioned I want to go ahead and do another wilderness channel, but I mentioned to him I was really as ready as I was ever going to be. There was nothing I was going to be able to do in one more lap to make me any more prepared for the comp channel than anything I'd done the last 4 years. So, but he could sense my nerves, and I think it's more just anticipation. Just really 4 years kind of coming down this channel, and just not really found a need to do the competition channel. I knew today I was going to do it, and I knew I had skills, I'd be prepared for it, but it's just one of those kind of, we've probably said it several times, become a monkey on the back, and I was looking forward to doing it, but I was a little nervous. See me kind of peel out here, again, in wave. We're creatures of habit, you'll see me probably run it almost identically. Just kind of stick with what works. That left hand side there, caught the shoulder, like pushed me right into the foam top, and went with it. Actually have a fun little peel out here. Not this one, that's right at shutdown. I think it's the very next one. I didn't really catch it really great here, but Connor showed it to me. It's pretty much like you can use it as a jet ferry, or you can just use it to just accelerate pretty fast out of the eddy. And I didn't hit it great here. It was pretty good another day, or another run. And, but it's a fun little, pretty exhilarating actually. head up, check to see if Connor and Isaac are ready for the competition channel. And they are, so they pull me to the side. Connor catches me and asks me if I'm ready, and I sure am. So, see me getting ready here, I'm collecting my breath, calming any nerves I might have. Connor's talking to some other folks he's met, and you know, the irony of it, he's leading the way here. So, you know, I keep asking him if he's ready. It's really me asking me if I'm ready, and I am. And so it's kind of surreal, just watching him paddle ahead of me, getting ready to lead me. You know, he's still just a young man, and so many parts of his life I'm shepherding him through. But him, you know, at his age, and then Isaac are showing me down this channel. So we head that direction. We see Dave that we just met up there in the green brap up on the right, and he's just kind of waiting on us to go. I think he's as excited as we are to show me down this thing. So we meet up with him, and I'll just be quiet here. I'll probably do another loop through this video to kind of give you some of my thoughts about it on the way. But I'll just be quiet, let you experience the run, kind of like I experienced it that day.
I did not mean to side surf big drop. I went off into, all I could think of was I could hear your voice like, if you go into tourist trap, just commit to it. And I was like, I think I'm committed, but I'm not sure. And then next thing I knew, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get window shaded bad. And then it just kept holding me. I was like, am I on top of big drop right now? What the heck?
Dude, you did exactly what he said.
I don't know that I did.
No, you did exactly what he said not to. You went on the left side and you kept a straight angle and you went straight surf.
I know, but you're over there and you just think you're like, oh, I can get back where I want to get. And it's too late.
When I come around the corner and saw you side surfing, I knew exactly what to do. You done exactly what.
I had a really good line there. Did you see my line?
So I think I did fine. We got too far left.
Yeah.
And I didn't commit to going into like that eddy or tourist trap.
Yeah.
And instead it pushed me, and I hit big drop kind of like all the foam piles over here, and I was kind of edged this way, and I was expecting just to like,
Yeah.
and instead I like put a brace over here, next thing I knew, I was surfing on top of Big Drop. Not like the water coming down, but the foam pile.
Right.
And I was just holding on. I was like, what do I do?
And then you got out the right.
Oh, and then it, yeah.
It won't hold you there. It's Big Drop will not.
Well, but I know it won't hold me. But I was like, I didn't think I could just like sit here. Like,
It'll hold you for a second, but it won't.
all right, that monkey's off my back, Connor.
Yeah. When we started kayaking 2 years ago, you said there was no way, man.
What's that?
That's awesome. You did it.
I did it. He's been on me. I think I told you, what, a year and a half ago? I said, we waited till the last day. I said, first day back, next year I'll do it. And then I didn't do it at all. So, all right.
Yeah, you did fine.
All right, I'll run it back through one more time here. You know, just a few pointers as I go through. Not that I need to be leading anything like this. Connor and Isaac did walk me through. One of the things they said was, where the curler's coming together there, where the water is, I don't want to be on the left-hand side of that. So hit it center or hit it to the right, through the right boat angle, but don't end up left or you end up in all that water that's piling up against the wall. You know, I really just had the benefit of following Connor down through this thing, but just wanted to avoid any obvious mistakes. You know, see where the flow's going. This particular rapid, he said, just treat it like sunset. I did, so I just kind of plowed right through the middle of it. But I just wanted to avoid anything that was going to give me obvious trouble up top. So you just see me hit in the middle there, avoid a obvious little hole here, and really just start thinking about the setup for Big Drop. That's really the key to Big Drop is setting it up, not getting too far left, and you'll see that I did, or you saw that I did, and so really my first of my mistakes is right here. You see how far in the middle or to the right Connor is. You'll see me. I start out good, but actually end up with the wrong boat angle and follow that seam right into there. The next mistake is I'm really lined up well here. Probably should take another left stroke. Instead I took a right stroke, and I ended up almost in that curler. Pushed me even further left. And then here, it looks like I'm lined up in the center, but this bulge of water, this surge of water, is really just going to push me to the left. And that's really where I meet my doom. I hit the seam on the left, not enough boat angle to go into tourist trap, so I just follow that seam right down into Big Drop. And at that point, I really think I'm a window shade. It happens fast, but my paddle's on the right-hand side. I really think I'm a window shade. But I managed, it's probably luck, but got a good brace on the left, surfed out of it. I was really proud of myself for managing that situation. You'll see me get here. Again, I get in a seam of water, but able to roll up. That's not what I'm worried about. I'm really worried about getting out of this whirlpool. I know it's an eddy, but just a whirlpool. I've seen a lot of folks have trouble with that. And once I get to here, I really know I'm done with the tough stuff. And so my adrenaline it just drops all at once. We start celebrating, and I'm just not paying attention. There are like 2 other little small rapids left. Clearly I'm not running that. I'm just kind of losing my head. So flip, end up with another roll, miss it, just keep my head and take another one, and then it's done. It was a really good run. Thanks a lot to Connor and Isaac and then Dave for kind of falling in behind and taking me down.
Recording. Me and Isaac.
Here I just get to have fun. Obviously I didn't get to see this real time, but got to have fun watching Connor and Isaac really just kill it out there. Just to see him and enjoy the water. Isaac gets in here, they get too wide in some of these waves. It's a lot of fun to watch, particularly from this angle. I want to work with Connor on his framing. I think point it a little more up next time, but somewhere here I think Isaac drops into the wave with him. It's just a lot of fun. I love going 360. All these other guys probably want to surf this wave, but Isaac drops into it with him. What a fun angle. I love it. was hogging his wave a little bit. Hopefully he gets out of it here pretty soon. I'm sure there's some other folks that want to share it with him. And here you see sunset, and then I believe they call it Snake Lips just below it. Isaac's already in it. This time Connor drops in it with him. I think Isaac even tries to get in a loop here. Fun to watch. Really 3 months. We had one little short run on the Hall River. Before that, we ran the race at Wilson Creek from Begg, and had a lot of fun there. But we just had kind of a busy track season, just busy with a lot of things other than paddling. So it actually been his longest stint not paddling since he'd started about 4 years ago. So I was glad to get him out there. He actually knocked the rust off, but I'm not sure the kid ever developed rust with his paddling, but it was good to get him out there. And that's really it.
Connor just came on.
Been having a little bit of trouble with one of the GoPros.
I think it's the user.